Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani mentioned about Aisha. Don't forget, I am not misquoting Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, because we do not reject narration just because my uncle says this. So our main answer is that the narration is unauthentic. Event of Al Isra wal Miraj took place. Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha was not in the house of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani was actually mistaken at the minimum or lying at the maximum. And Jamaat is definitely lying about Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. हजरत आयशा व मुआविया की तरफ मंसूब अकवाल की हकीकत. It is one of the scholars. He is responding to the same objection. He says that what is the reality of those sayings which are attributed to Aisha and Muawiya रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हुमा. बाज लोग हजरत मुआविया और उम्मुल मोमिनीन आयशा की तरफ मंसूब अकवाल से इस्तदलाल करते हैं कि वाक़या मिराज को रूहानी मुशाहिद साबित करती है. That there are some people like Qadianis, as example, they attribute some statements to Muawiyah and Aisha, may Allah be pleased with all the companions, and from this attribution, from these statements, they want to prove it was a spiritual vision and not a real event. Clear? Now let's inshallah read both of these riwayat. So if you want to read the Arabic one, it's there as well. Let's read the translation. याकूब बिन उत्बा कहते हैं, हजरत मुआविया से जब आसर के मिराज के बारे में सवाल किया जाता तो वो फरमाते कि ये अल्लाह की तरफ से एक सच्चा ख्वाब था. The narrator says, when Muawiyah was asked this question about the Mi'raj of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then Muawiyah would respond that this was a true dream. Take a pause here. When Muawiyah is saying it was a true dream, he is not agreeing with Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. Don't forget what I have shown you, and I'll show you again, by the way, in a minute, that Mirza Ghulam Qadiani rejected the idea of dream. He rejected the idea of bodily ascension. He took a third position. He said it was neither dream nor bodily ascension. It was a spiritual vision. Don't forget that. So even in this case, first of all, Muawiyah is not agreeing with Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, number one. Number two, look at this one. In this one, it says that पहली रिवायत तो मुनक़ते है. It says that the riwayah regarding Muawiyah, it is disconnected. मुनक़ते, disconnected. याकूब बिन उत्बा की मुआविया से मुलाकात साबित नहीं. He said that the narrator Yaqub bin Utbah did not meet Muawiyah. Now what I'm trying to say is that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani mentioned about Aisha. Don't forget, I'm not misquoting Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. But Jamaat Ahmadiyya is using Muawiyah as well. So first of all, we are dealing with regard to Muawiyah, that the narration attributed to Muawiyah is disconnected. It is munqati, i.e. it is unauthentic. Finished? Now let's deal. Secondly, by the way, when the event of Mi'raj happened, at that time Muawiyah was a disbeliever, so he has no information himself about the event. Don't forget this important point as well, that Muawiyah does not have the first-hand knowledge himself. Why? Because he was a disbeliever at that time. He accepted Islam much later, because the event of Al-Miraj, it took place according to most of the, you can say, historians and people of who know the knowledge of hadith. They say that it was in the last year before Hijrah. Many of them say this, some other as well, but it was definitely before Hijrah, before migration to Medina, and according to many of them, it was towards the last year before migration. So anyhow, remember 2 points. The narration of Muawiyah is disconnected. And why? Because the person who is narrating from Muawiyah, his name is Yaqub bin Utbah. He did not meet Muawiyah. Number one. And number two, Muawiyah himself was a disbeliever at that time. He does not have the first-hand knowledge anyway. Clear? Now let's look at the hadith of Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. It says that An Muhammad ibn Ishaq قال حدثني بعض آل أبي بكر, that it is said to me from some of the Ali Abi Bakr. It is said to me from some of the Al, or some of the family of Abu Bakr. Ba'du Ali Abi Bakr. Please pay attention. قال حدثني بعض Ali Abi Bakr. It is narrated to me from someone from the family of Abu Bakr. Who is this someone? It's called Majhul. We do not know who this person is. And when any narrator in the narration is Majhul, i.e., we don't know who the person is, the narration is unauthentic. Number one. Number two, let's read the narration first, okay? It says that Aisha said, Ma fakada jasadu rasulillahi walakin Allah asra biruhihi. He said that Aisha narrated that I did not lose the body of Rasulullah sallallahu, or the body of Rasulullah was not lost, i.e., his body was still in his bed. Rather, he said that Allah took his soul, i.e., for the journey of Miraj. Once again, Aisha is telling us in this narration that the body of the Prophet was still in his bed and Allah took his soul for the night journey. Clear? So our first answer is that this riwayah is unauthentic. Why? Because the narrator is Ba'd Ali Abi Bakr, that somebody from the family of Abu Bakr. We don't know who is this person. Number one. And number two, very important, when this event took place, Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha was a child. She was around 3 to 5 year old. She was around 3 to 5 year old. Why? Because she was married and she went to the home of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam after the hijrah. She went to his blessed home after the hijrah, after the migration, and the event took place before the migration. So how can somebody say that Aisha was telling us, because she's not the witness? At that time, she was not in the house of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So I'm giving you two answers. One is our actual answer, because we do not reject narration just because my uncle says this. So our main answer is that the narration is unauthentic. Why? Because in the chain of narration, there's a person which is unspecified. We don't know who was this somebody from the family of Abu Bakr. We don't know. So this is called our objection on the sanad. Okay. And secondly, from the diraya, from the matan, from the text point of view, this text is problematic. Why? Because when the event of Al-Isra wal-Miraj took place, Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha was not in the house of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. At that time, she was not in his home because she came to his home after migration. So these are two objects. Now, what is the conclusion now? Mirza's Ghulam Qadiani was actually mistaken at the minimum or lying at the maximum. I let you mistaken at minimum or lying at worst about Aisha Raziyallahu ta'ala. And Jamaat is definitely lying about Muawiyah Raziyallahu ta'ala. Why? Because this narration not authentic, number one, and Muawiyah did not have first-hand knowledge because he was not even a Muslim at that time. Now, what is the conclusion then? These were two names. People, these are the two names, Aisha and Muawiyah. May Allah be pleased with all the companions. These are the two names, Aisha and Muawiyah. Two names are presented by Jamaat Ahmadiyya. Both of them cannot be established. So the conclusion is 100% of companions. 100% of companions believe that Al-Isra wal-Miraj was with the physical body. And by rejecting this 100% consensus of the companion, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani has rejected Ma ana alayhi wa ashabi. He has rejected prophetic advice that stick with on what I am upon and upon my companion. Okay, so now I let you decide. This is the evidence. Decide for yourself. All we can do is we can present evidence to it. It's your decision.